Factorising quadratics. Pause the video and have a go at example 3, and then in a few seconds I'll move it on to example 4. Have a go at example 4 as well. So what is factorising quadratics? What even is a quadratic? Well, the expression x squared plus 5x plus 6 is called a quadratic. It's where the highest power of x is a 2 or squared. If it went up to x cubed, it would be called a cubic, and if the x squared wasn't there at all, it would just be linear. When we expand two brackets, for example, expanding x plus 2 and x plus 3, we would get x squared plus 3x plus 2x plus 6, multiplying the terms together. Or if we simplify that, we get x squared plus 5x plus 6, which is a quadratic. So when you expand double brackets, what you get is a quadratic. Factorising then, or factorising a quadratic, is the process of going back into double brackets. If there's a common factor, it might be a single bracket, but for quadratics, when there's no common factor, nothing common between those three, it actually is going to be double brackets. So how do we work out what these double brackets are going to be? We have to understand this process here, which I'll take you through in these two steps. So the question is to factorise x squared plus 7x plus 12. We first identify it's a quadratic, and there's no common factor, so it's going to be double brackets. And we can put x at the start of each bracket because we know if we did our FOIL or expanded the double brackets, the first thing we would do is multiply those two together to get this one, and x times x is what gives us x squared. How do we get these two blanks then? Where do they come from? Well, you need to think about team. This is a way to get you to remember how these numbers come about. Team means we're going to try and find two numbers. These two numbers, and they have to times for the end, times to give 12, and they have to add to give the middle, which is 7. Okay, so if we look down here, we write that in short. Times for the end, times to give 12, add to give the middle, add to give 7, the number in front of the x. If you can't figure out what the numbers are, you go through all the combinations, all the numbers that multiply to give 12. So 1 times 12, 2 times 6, 3 times 4, and that's all the combinations there are, actually apart from negatives. So you check then which ones add to give 7, which is the 3 and the 4. And once you get these two numbers, you can put them into the blanks that were there to be plus 3 and plus 4. And you can see the answer there again. And if you're not sure if you got it right, you can always expand this out and simplify it, and you should get x squared plus 7x plus 12. So very quickly again, you spot as a quadratic. If there's no common factor, you go double brackets. You put x and x to give you the x squared. To find these two numbers, you think what two numbers times to give the end number, 12, add to give the middle number, 7. And once you've got those two numbers, you put them into the brackets. Let's have a go at example 3. We've got x squared plus 8x plus 12. There's no common factor, so it's not a single bracket, it's a double bracket. And we're looking for numbers which times to give the end, times to give 12, and add to give the middle, so they have to add to give 8. You might get it straight away. If you can't, just go the multiplications of 12. 1 times 12, 2 times 6, 3 times 4. And the combination which adds to give you 8 is 2 times 6. So, if we go to our brackets, remember the first two terms in each bracket must be x and x to give you x squared. And the other two terms are the two you found out from team, 2 and 6. Part B. We've got a quadratic, we've got to factorise. There's no factor, common factor, so it's going to be double brackets with x and x. We're looking for two numbers to put into the brackets. They have to times to give the end number, times to give 16, and add to give the middle number, which is 10. So go through your combinations that get 16. 1 times 16, 2 times 8, and 4 times 4. Which of those add to give 10? The answer is 2 and 8. So we put in the 2 and the 8. It doesn't matter which one goes in where. We could put the 8 in here and the 2 in here. That doesn't matter. So that's our process for factorising. Let's look at some harder questions and apply the same technique. Here we have to factorise x squared minus 8x plus 15. And using our team, we can see we've got a times to give 15 and add to give the times to give the end number 15, add to give the middle number, which is minus 8. Now this combination is a lot more tricky. Because the multiplication is positive, we're looking for two numbers which times to give positive, and the addition is negative, two numbers which add to give a negative, the numbers required must both be negative. That's the only way it's going to work. If you have a negative number and you multiply by a negative number, you're going to get a positive, so that works. And if you have a negative number and add another negative number to it, the answer will be negative. All other combinations, like a positive and a negative or two positives, won't get you what you want. So, how can we get 15 with two negative numbers times together? A negative 1 times negative 15, or a negative 3 times negative 5. If we add these, we get minus 16. If we add these, we get minus 8. We want to get minus 8. So these are the two we use. So if we go back to the original question, we've got to factorise x squared minus 8x plus 15. The quadratic is going to be double brackets when you factorise it with x and x to give you the x squared. And then the minus 3 and the minus 5 comes from what we just did there now with the combinations. Let's see if we can do that in these examples. Example 4a, we've got x squared minus 6x plus 8. Straight away, I can write my double brackets because I know there's no common factor for the single bracket. There's an x squared at the front, so I know it's going to be x times x. And then to get these two numbers, I think about team. Times to give the end number, which is 8, and add to give the middle number, which is minus 6. So how do I do that? Well, I noticed that I've got to add to give negative number, but times to give a positive number, that's going to be two negatives times together. So I could have minus 8 times minus 1. I could have minus 4 times minus 2. They're my only two combinations. Which two add to give minus 6? Well, it's going to be minus 4 plus minus 2 would give minus 6. So I use the numbers minus 4 and minus 2. Always remember, you can expand these out to check if you've got it right or not. Part B, we've got x squared minus 18x plus 45. There's no common factor, so it's double brackets. X times x will give us the x squared. How do we get the other two? We think of our team. Times to give the end number, which in this case is 45. Add to give the middle number, which is minus 18. Again, we've got to times to give a positive number, but add to give a negative. We're looking at two negative numbers times together. So we could have minus 1 times minus 45. 2 doesn't fit in. 3. Minus 3 times minus 15. 4 doesn't fit in. 5. We could have minus 5 times minus 9. 6 doesn't fit in. 7 doesn't fit in. 8 doesn't fit in. And then when we get to 9, we're back to this side. So we've got all the combinations here. And which ones add to give minus 18? These ones here. Minus 3 and minus 15. So those numbers go into double brackets. Part C. We've got to factorise x squared plus x minus 6. So there's no common factor, so it's double brackets. We need to get x squared, so it'll be x times x. And then to get the other two numbers, we're looking for two numbers which times to give the end, minus 6, and add to give the middle number, which you might not see, but how many x's do we have? We've got 1, so you can imagine that to be 1x. So we're looking to add to give 1. So what combinations times to give minus 6? We could have minus 6 and 1. We could have minus 3 and 2. We could have minus 2 and 3. We could have minus 1 and 6. Which ones add to give 1? Be very careful because 1 and minus 1 are very close, but they're not the same thing. We need a positive 1 when we add them, so we choose these two. Minus 2 plus 3 would give positive 1. So we put minus 2 in, and positive 3. Part D, x squared minus x minus 20. If we factorise that, again, straight in the double brackets because there's no common factor. Put x at the front because the x times x will give us the x squared. And then work out the other two numbers using our team. That means times to give the end number, minus 20. Add to give the middle number. And what's the middle number this time? Minus x. That's like having minus 1x. So add to give minus 1. What's our combinations to get minus 20? We could have 1 times minus 20, 2 times minus 10, 4 times minus 5, and we keep going, but you don't have to do the whole list. Once you've found the answer, you can stop. I know that 4 times minus 5 is minus 20, and 4 plus minus 5 would give minus 1. So I can put those numbers in, plus 4 and minus 5. On to E. This time we've got x squared plus 5x minus 36. There's no common factor, so it'll be double brackets. X and x, because the x times x will give me the x squared. To get the two missing numbers, we're looking for two numbers which times to give the end. The end number is minus 36. So times to give minus 36. Add to give the middle number. The middle number is plus 5. So what combinations would work there? We could have 1 times minus 36, 2 times minus 18, 3 times minus 12, 4 times minus 9. Now that one looks good, because 4 and minus 9, that gives minus 5 though. But it's very close to 5. If I just switch it round, I could do minus 4 and positive 9. Always give yourself a good check and make sure you haven't got the wrong one. That's very close, but that gives minus 5. I need plus 5, so the signs need to be in different places. So we get minus 4 and we get plus 9. Finally, we've got to factorise x squared minus 8x plus 16. There's no common factor, so it's double brackets. It's going to be x and x, because x multiplied by x will give x squared. We're looking to times to give the end number, which is 16, and add to give the middle number, which is minus 8. And what's the combination going to be? Well, I know it's 16 times 1. I'd be there a long time. Remember, if it adds to give a negative, positive numbers are going to be no use multiplying. We need to look at minus 16 and minus 1. And they give minus 17 when you add them, but at least it gives you a negative number. Let's go again, minus 8 and times by minus 2. That gives minus 10 when we add. Then minus 4 times minus 4. Now they add to give minus 8. So minus 4 and minus 4 are the two values. You could also write that because x minus 4 and x minus 4, it's the same thing twice. It's the same thing. It's multiplied by itself. Another word to describe multiplying by itself would be to say it's x minus 4 squared.